Let's talk about narcissism and attachment style. See how these two things can relate to each other. Not everyone who has insecure attachment style is narcissist. That's obvious. But people who are narcissists or who have traits of narcissism, they always have insecure attachment styles. They might seem secure in relationships, but that's just their mask. Deep down, they have insecure attachment style because obviously in their childhood, they were not seen as they were truly are and they wouldn't be accepted as they were. So in the relationship with you, they tend to usually be avoidant if they trust that you will be there, so they don't need to show their love or express their love to you. And sometimes in some moments of life they switch to anxious side. Depends on the situation, depends on how vulnerable they become. And the less they're vulnerable, the more they're avoidant usually. So they don't need their anxious side of their attachments. And sometimes in long-term relationships, they seem very secure, especially to other people. But deep down you can feel that there is some sort of control, the need for control. So sometimes you're secure because you allow people to love you the way they can love you. Sometimes you seem secure, but deep down you just want to control them. And this is a different case. When you are in a relationship with a narcissist, they might seem secure, they might seem avoidant at some times, but deep down they're doing this to control you so that they make sure you are the one that needs them. The thing about narcissists is that they don't see love in the way you see love. They see love and life in general in a competitive way. They want to be the winner, they don't want to lose, they don't want to be vulnerable, because if that happens, they lose all their control. They want to make sure that you will stay with them, you will give them what they want and what they need, and you're not gonna leave them. So depends on the situation, they can have different attachment styles. And sometimes when you are in trouble, they become very nice, they become very kind, they pay attention to you. So you might feel that, yes, if they were a narcissist, how can they have empathy for me? How can they be so kind to me? The thing is, they're capable of being kind, but the purpose of being kind is different. Is to keep you, is to have control over you. And it's not because they are, they're not necessarily doing it consciously. They don't want to be mean necessarily. They want to have the control because deep down they're afraid. And it all comes from their childhood. When they were a child, they didn't have the unconditional love. They didn't feel the unconditional love. They had to behave in a certain way to get their certain needs. And this will come up with them. So when they're older, they do the same thing. So you might give them kindness just because you're kind, but they might give you kindness because of all other reasons, like keeping you, controlling you, their own fears and stuff like that.